What's up, everybody? It's Brian from USA.Patriot.Cards, and I'm going to go through some baseball cards today. My collection is starting to pare down into fewer and fewer items, which I'm so happy about. One of the things any new collector needs to consider is that the smaller or tighter your collection, the better. That doesn't mean that you can't expand, into sizable collections, but just be patient, be very targeted with your purchases, limit your box breaks, your online breaks, and then you won't have a bunch of just stuff that you're trying to piece out in lots, which I found myself having to do. And even on graded lots, PSA 9s and some 10s, I was selling those for like 57% of recent comps, which I would have been better off just never having acquired those cards in the first place than having to dump them off at less than 60% of their last comp. So so with all that being said, I can see my collection starting to kind of dwindle down. And as I look at my baseball card collection, it's 4 rows in a in a graded case. So I thought I'd just run through these real quick because some of them are good. Let's see. I got Gem Mint Trout. It's cool because it's got the rookie cup. I like that. How about an X-Fractor jumping Trout? I don't have any big Trouts, but those are pretty cool just to have. And if that's what the extent of my Trout collection ends up being, then because I'm not going to buy any more Trout, I'm not going to go get Trout now. I mean, even though his prices have come down. Ohtani. Here's a gold Ohtani. Now, these golds, this is an insert, the 3-game homer streak, which makes it worth less than like the typical base set card. But these golds were printed to the year. So there's 2018 out of Topps 2018 update. So a number gold Ohtani rookie PSA 10, albeit a insert. Let's see. So I have a few of these. These were part of a graded lot that just came back. The 83 Topps update, I guess parallel, but it does have the rookie sign, which is always great. The 1983 design. I think these are going to be pretty liquid. I should be able to move these at 100% comps and just kind of wait until baseball prices get cranked back up. Here is the update pitching Ohtani rookie. He's got quite a few different rookies, even from flagship sets. Again, with the rookie symbol. There's another same card for 5 10s. Here is just the 2018. I think this is Series 2. Yeah, the Series 2 Ohtani pitching rookie. There's 1, 2. Here's a Topps Chrome. This is a pretty cool card. Same card, just the Chrome version. And then these come out of the silver packs. This one is a, what do they call these? I don't know if, I don't think there's a name for the type of, it would be up here. It's not an X-Fractor or whatever. It's not even, it looks like a shimmer, kind of the design that Panini uses for its shimmers. But yeah, it's the 83 Chrome Promo. Then here's another 83 Chrome Promo Ohtani. Again, both have the rookie symbols, which is an important part of a card's value. Let's see. There's a 9, 2 9s, 3. There's an update 9. If you want any of these Ohtani rookies, I'd be happy to make you a deal on them, but they're going to be close to comps. Maybe if you buy, in bulk, I'll cut you a better deal. But dude, Ohtani stuff, the 7. That's funny. I have no idea why. No clue. But I'm sure there's a reason. Otani stuff is just, yeah. I used to have 2 Bowman Chrome First Autos, and I sold them, traded them both. More promo 10s. More. All right, we're off Otani. We're into Acuna. Who knows about Acuna? Typically, these young players, oh man, I don't know. I mean, he was once being talked about like he was the best player in baseball. So, I don't know if he's ever going to be on that hype train again, but I don't even know how good he is really at all. So, I don't believe in him. I won't be picking him up. I mean, some of his stuff is crazy high. I'd rather take a chance on Julio Rodriguez, honestly. I've seen enough out of Julio. And I mean, yeah, Acuna has hit some bombs and played, but I mean, can he stay healthy? Is he dedicated to doing the work it takes to maintain his body? I mean, I don't know. But there's a first. There's another first. Tell me in the comments, do you like Acuna? I think he's still pretty young. I've got some just basic Acuna card, basic rookies. These are the Topps Chrome, so nothing great, but that's by design. I mean, these are all pack pulled. I haven't gone out and purchased any or traded for any Acuna cards of significance. Juan Soto, I think he's probably the real deal, honestly. I had a purple first Bowman 9.5 that I ended up moving, actually selling at the last Dallas card show, but these are his updates. Couple 9s and a 10. I do like Juan Soto. Here's the end of the first row, and it's just going to be more Juan Soto update. These are all 10s. At one point, these were doing over $100. I don't think they're there anymore. But if you need a Soto, let me know. Let me know. Put these back. So yeah, so there we have it. Soto, Acuna, or Acuna, I don't know how you say it. Acuna and Otani are the 3 players that I kind of am holding on to at the moment as far as base rookies and stuff that I felt like were worth grading. All right, second row. Let's start with, I don't even know what I'm pulling out. Okay, Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, I sold my, what amounts to his first Bowman. He doesn't have a first Bowman, but it was a 2013 refractor auto, PSA 10 Bowman Chrome refractor auto, PSA 9, I'm sorry. Moved that in a Luka deal. There is a nice Bowman Chrome rookie. You know what? I love this card. And this card. You know what? I think I pulled this. Matter of fact, I know I pulled that. I'll never trade this. This would be my lone shark Aaron Judge card if it comes down to it, and I move my other ones. I'm not a big Panini baseball guy at all, but I think this card is just so cool. I don't know why. I just love it. But there's the auto. There's the holo version. I might cross this over. It's so uninspiring in a 9, but I think in a 9.5 it might look better. I really thought this was going to get a 10 when I sent it in, but paper cards are so tough to gem. But this is a very cool 83 parallel, the rookie symbol. 2017 Topps Tribute. These are really hard. This is out of 50. The purple, hard to gem. And then I love this card. I think I like this card better than his Bowman rookie auto. Just a really clean looking. Actually, this is the Bowman. What am I talking about? You know what I'm talking about. The Bowman, the first Bowman. This is his 2017. I think, like I said, I think it was 2013. For some reason, I was thinking this is Topps Chrome. This is Bowman Chrome. The Topps Chrome is the jumping at the fence. That's right. I like this card. just like the look of it. Oh man, Ke'Bryan Hayes. Charlie Hayes is his dad. I thought this kid was going to be, I thought he was going to be what everybody thought Acuna was going to be. But man, he just can't, I don't know, he just can't be consistent. Oh, I got a steal on this. I forgot I had this card. Harrison Bader, center fielder for the New York Yankees. What a great player. This is out of 25. 2018 Bowman Chrome hands up autograph out of 25. Got this a couple shows ago. Really cheap. PSA 10. I think it was like 300, 350 bucks, something like that. But God, he came alive in the playoffs. This is one I graded, got back recently, a Jazz Chisholm. I have no idea what Jazz Chisholm. I don't know if he's good or not, but I know people talk about Jazz Chisholm a lot in certain circles. I know he wears a lot of chainage. I know he's kind of flashy. It's about all I know. Here's a guy I like still, but man, obviously you can tell I kind of, one of these I went in hard, and then the other ones I bought like dirt cheap to kind of cost average down. There's 2 refractors, 1 base. Jared Kelenic is still only, let's see, he was born 7/16 of 99. So he will turn 24 this year. I mean, he's still very young. And he won't turn 24 until like after the All-Star break. He's got protection in that Seattle lineup. Hopefully he's one that turns around. If you're looking for a cheap guy to prospect, look for one of these. I bet they're doing $300 right now. And if he catches any kind of fire, you can make some money off of those. I mean, he was once regarded, I think, higher than Julio Rodriguez as a prospect. I mean, I think he was once the #1 prospect in baseball. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right. I love Kerry Wood. Boy, do I love Kerry Wood. This is not a rookie. As a matter of fact, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is like a 6-year, 5th or 6th year card, but it's color matched. And again, in my video yesterday, I was talking about, if you can't afford a rookie of like Giannis or LeBron or whatever, go after some Prism color matches. In any of his years, it doesn't really matter. Those are always going to be desirable and liquid cards, and it's a way for you to invest in that player and have something that you can move in and out of. And as his market increases, so will those prices. One of the toughest things about getting into cards is knowing what is going to remain liquid and what won't. The worst thing you can do is spend really good money on a card of a player that you don't really like, but you maybe think is going to have a good year or for whatever reason go up, but you buy the wrong card. You buy a card that's like has zero liquidity. All right, the only people that are buying these cards are either collectors or people that don't know what they're doing. Right? Everyone goes through that. I was lucky enough to kind of go through that when I re-entered the hobby when everything was super cheap. But there's a lot of guys that had to, evolve and learn what cards were worth purchasing, what were the right cards, what cards would remain liquid when stuff was at the moon. So I say that all just to say that Prism or Bowman Chrome or Topps Chrome, PSA 10s, color matched, non-insert cards are nice investments or pieces you can move in and out of players, and they will remain liquid. I mean, I paid $100 for this card, and I'm sure. And the guy that sold it to me bought it for $100. So did he make any money? No, but he enjoyed the card for a little bit. Found another person like me who was interested in it, knows what it is, paid it. So I think it's a pop 1. I might find a Kerry Wood collector down the road. When it's all said and done, it's time for me to dump. Or if I, wanted a card this, he wanted this to be in a deal, I'd move it. But I'm not going to move it at like 60% comp or whatever, because this is a blue X-Fractor out of 50, 7 out of 50. Color match Kerry Wood, fifth or sixth year, whatever it is. And a collector's really going to appreciate that, like that. So, sorry for the diatribe. Here is a Trey Turner, speaking of blue, color match with the San Diego Padres. This one's out of $3.99. Did get a PSA 9. I graded that. Here's another one, Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts. How old is Mookie Betts now? Mookie Betts was born in 92, so 10/7 of 92. So he will turn 31 this year. He's got type of body that I think he's got a good 3-4 more solid years left, if he wants to be. Here's a cool card, and it's a 1/1. 2017 Topps Archives, Derek Jeter, the 04 retro insert. 1/1 right there, you can see. It's a cool card. I really wish this got a 10, but it didn't. It got a 9. It's a paper card. Those are hard, but I know for a fact this was pack pulled and then sold to me way back in the day. I've had this for a couple years. I probably bought this in 20. As a matter of fact, I know I bought this in 2017 because I bought it on Facebook from a guy who bought a pack at Target, pulled that, and then wanted to cash out. So I think I paid $150 for it. But it's a cool Jeter pack pulled 1/1. So all day. Here is a 2018 Vladdy Jr. This one is a Gem Mint 10. And it is out of 25. I think I bought this raw and then graded it. Moved out of some important Vladdies, a purple First Bowman PSA 10 auto and a green BGS 95 First Bowman auto in my trade for the blue Luka Contenders rookie auto, which yesterday, and I appreciate the comments. If you want to roast me in the comments and bring the salt, I'm all for it. Really, I'd rather have like a whole list of how you're stupid comments than no comments. But somebody yesterday in my basketball video, said I was basically an idiot. Thank you for showing me all the cards that you lost money on. Which, I mean, dude, do you think that anybody who's bought anything in this hobby the last 2 years has lost money? Which it doesn't, doesn't affect me. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I lost money. Fuck yeah. I mean, who hasn't? Overall, I haven't, though. How about that? Can you say that? I don't know. I don't know you because you don't make any videos. Anyway, point being, that, what was I? Oh, yeah. Talking about trading Vladdy for Luka, he ended his little comment and, oh, Luka's not a good investment anymore. So much to say there, but why? Was there a memo that went out? Did I miss something that said Luka was not? I mean, I don't care. I'm a Luka fan, and I love Luka Doncic. I live in his city he plays in. I watch him play every night. But are you sure about that? Are you sure Luka's not a good investment? I mean, obviously he's going to go up and down, but sports cards aren't investments. I mean, there's not a market. I mean, there's not a exchange. You know, there's nowhere where you can take something and sell it like that. No questions asked. There's a price. Somebody will pay it. There's not. So if you're going to tell me that sports cards or a specific player is not a good investment, well, no shit. This is a collection. This is a hobby. These aren't investments. Okay, they're collectibles that sometimes go up, sometimes go down. When you purchase something for X amount of dollars and it goes up, you can't just boom cash out. I mean, Burbank says they're liquidators, but what do they probably pay? 60%? I mean, come on. You've got to find somebody that's willing to pay retail on that card for you to realize that gain. So, of course, Luka's not a good investment. None of these players are. But thanks for the comment. Feel free to make one on this video. Austin Riley. This is an insert from Bowman Chrome. This is gold. This is out of 50. It is a 10. I think he's a good player. The Big Wonder, Mr. Wander. That's pretty good. The Big Wander Franco. The Big Wander Franco. Because we wonder. I know a guy that, like, I think he knows somebody that plays on the Tampa Bay Rays. I think he's a pitcher or something. So I have a friend who has a friend that plays on the Rays, says Wander Franco is the best baseball player he's ever seen. Just, being around him and seeing him every day. So I know his market was scorching hot, and it's cooled off. So, I mean, maybe I'd probably take a chance on a Wander card over an Acuna card at this point. But that's just me. How about this, man? I love this card. 1991 Topps Chipper Jones Desert Shield with the stamp there. Guy I bought this from said he cracked and resubbed it like 3 times. It just was refusing to take a 9 on it. But I mean, I think there's a couple 10s, not many, with a red back like this. The centering looks decent. It probably looks 65-35 top to bottom. But I mean, it's not like these corners are white. They're just not like pristine sharp. So I think this would have a good chance at gemming. At 9-5ing in Beckett, but I'm not going to bust this out. I'm happy with it right here. The way it is. Of course, these were given to soldiers in Desert Shield. I believe they were passed out over there, so a lot of them didn't even get brought back. And there's stories of people, like collectors, posting up at the ports as these guys would come back and buying all the sets off of them. Pretty cool. Let's see. I am 22 minutes in. I'm going to get through half the case, and then maybe tomorrow I'll make the other half. But yeah, split this into 2. Here's a 1989 Fleer King Griffey Jr. 9. I did pull this. I think I was buying 89 Fleer, chasing the Ripken at the Dallas Card Show. One thing that's cool about the Dallas Card Show is there's a lot of 80s wax that's dirt cheap. It's fun. It's fun to open and go chase them. But I ended up pulling this and just deciding to grade it. It's a pretty cool card. This card right here actually won an auction on this. Just doing the whole PSA 10 auction and ending soonest thing that I do from time to time. But the Nolan Ryan 89 Upper Deck, first Upper Deck set, the same year as the Griffey, and he's throwing the football. This card is forgotten about, I feel like. People talk about the Bo Score card where he's got, the baseball bat and the shoulder pads. What other iconic kind of oddball cards are there? The San Diego Chicken one. The Jordan baseball one where he's in the batting cage. I mean, there's a few, but the Nolan Ryan 89 Upper Deck throwing the football one was always cool to me. I'm a Nolan Ryan fan and a Ranger fan, so that's a cool card to have. Oh, we're getting into my 80s stash. The Kmart Doc Gooden Dream Team card. I didn't grade this. I bought it probably for next to nothing on eBay. I remember when I was a kid, anything Dwight Gooden, I was in Florida, up like in the north west Gulf of Mexico, kind of, as it curves and starts to go down near Fort Walton Beach, Destin, Eglin Air Force Base is where my mom and dad were stationed. There's a baseball card store, and I would take all my money from mowing lawns, watching my baby sister babysitting, birthday money, Christmas, it didn't matter. And I would go and boom, just nothing but Goodens. I had such an amazing Dwight Gooden collection. Loved Dwight Gooden back in the day. Got to meet him. Right here, check this picture out. There's me literally meeting my childhood hero. that guy was as big as Michael Jackson, or I mean, you couldn't, for me, get bigger than Dwight Gooden back in the day. So to meet him, and he was so gracious, and he was so cool, and I got to spend, like maybe 2 minutes with him, but to meet him and shake his hand and just tell him, "Hey, man, you're a hero to me," was super cool, so cool. So I'll always be indebted to Kyle and the guys at the Dallas Card Show for bringing in Gooden. Bring him back. Bring in Strawberry. You know what's funny? When Gooden came, and this was maybe a year ago or so, it was in the summer, when he came to the Dallas Card Show to sign, Lenny Dykstra was supposed to be there with him. He was on the bill, but Lenny was late, and I don't think Lenny ever ended up showing up. So I think Lenny got either. I think Lenny was at the hotel the night before, but I think he just didn't come to his autograph session. I don't know what happened, but isn't that funny? All right, 1988 score. This is one of my all-time faves too. As I got a little older, like young high school years, Mark Grace. Remember the 88 Donruss rated rookie, where it was just his face. Used to play blackjack with the kids. The parents that owned my LCS had kids. They were in high school, a little older than me, and when the parents were gone, because I would just go there and spend hours at that card shop, me and my friends, just hanging out, looking around. When their parents were gone, they would break out the cards and we played blackjack for cards. And I remember always like playing for that Grace rated rookie, and I had a whole page, so 9, and then I was working on the back, filling up the back too. Now I don't know any of those rated rookies, but I always remember the 88 score traded glossy, not just the score trade, but the glossy. This is like the Tiffany. This has to be Mark Grace's best, like, set released card, I think. Super cool card. I love this card. Man, score. I remember opening so much 88 score. Here's speaking of Tiffany. I bought an 87 Tiffany set, and what was crazy was I graded. Yeah, I had 2 of these. There were two Maguires in there, and I think there were 2 Bonds or more, which is weird. So somebody must have opened them up. But the 2 Bonds I had were just like, the surfaces were just trash. I couldn't even grade them. So I wonder if people went in and were pulling like the gem cards out of my set, and then putting twice as many bullshit, like, scuffed up cards or whatever, so they didn't feel so bad. I don't know. I don't know how that happened, but I bought a set. Supposedly it was sealed. It had the sticker still, and then I pull multiples of these superstar rookies, but none of them gemmed. And I can't even grade the Bonds anyway. The Bo Jackson Future Stars, very cool card, Tiffany version. The Maguire. Again, I had 2. I sold one recently. Both of them got 9s. I was at a local card shop a few years back and noticed this in the case for $5, and I remember this set. I remember this card, and I asked him, "Can I see that?" And I thought, this looks pretty dang like sharp for just a raw card. It's not centered well, but I picked it up for $5 and I sent off to grade, and it got an 8. So I don't know what the 10s of this card do, but my eye for grading wasn't so hot. How about this card? Love this card. 86 Topps traded Bo Jackson, Gem Mint 10. These 86 with the black top, they're hard to gem. They're very hard to gem. Looks nice and centered on the back. I guess they're pretty forgiving PSA about the back. But I think this is a $300 plus card. Oh, the 86 Donruss Jose Canseco. 9. I'll always. This is it's like when you hear a song or something, it brings you, boom, right back to that point in time in your life. or when I smell Polo cologne, it takes me back to 1993 as a senior in high school wearing Polo cologne. I'll always remember this card for my 7th grade year, 86, Jose Canseco. And when he got the 40-40, man, that was exciting. More 86. Topps traded Barry Bonds. Bought this for $20. Just to remember. Just to have. I would not recommend investing in bonds. It's just there's too much of that stuff out there. I know I kind of looked at his 86. I looked at buying maybe or investing. I said there was no such thing as investing in sports cards. Acquiring. How about that? I looked at acquiring the 86 Topps traded Tiffany PSA 10 of this because I think as far as like set released cards, that would probably have to be Barry Bonds' best card, the Tiffany 86 traded. I think they were doing like 10K, but I think they're doing under 5 now. So, I mean, I know everything has come down, but sometimes people talk about getting into Bond stuff really cheap because he might make the Hall of Fame. I wouldn't bet on that. I wouldn't bet on any of these guys from this era that aren't in now. I would bet on Pete Rose. I think they're going to let Pete Rose in because, I mean, it's a crime that he's not in now. But this is 84 USA McGuire 9. Got the 85 Topps set in 1985 for Christmas, and it was a love affair ever since. These two next cards right here were untouchable when I was a kid. I mean, you hardly ever saw them. They were in the Beckett's, and they were always the ones with the up arrows. Just untouchable, and I think they were like $300 or something back then. But to a kid, I mean, you just couldn't. If a kid had these when I was growing up, his parents were rich. And he was spoiled, is basically what it amounted to. And I think I think I paid roughly around what the raw copies were doing back in the mid to late to early 80s to early 90s. You know, I think $300 or something. Kirby Puckett, amazing. Roger Clemens, amazing. The 84 Fleer Update set, so rare. Just like I said, you never saw them. So it brings me right back to, being a kid when I see these two. Super rare, super cool. Same with these two. Here's an 84 Tiffany Mattingly PSA 8. Very affordable on this. This is an old PSA label without the whatever that's called. The old school, the font's different too, but yep. I want to get the Nestle version of this card too, because that's I remember that card. But Don Mattingly was super cool, and then the Donruss 84 Donruss set. You never saw these hardly, and you buy a pack. I think a pack of these was like $10 when you could buy Topps 84 Topps for like $3 or $3.50. This is my all-time favorite card ever. I've got a Gem Mint 10 up on my bookshelf over there, but I debated buying a 1984 Topps traded Tiffany PSA 10 of this. Guy wanted too much though, so I didn't. But this is it's my all-time favorite card. I do a confessions video. If you go look at my videos, you'll see it. Where I talk about stealing this card when I was a kid. Shame, shame, shame. But it's been that big of a card for me. Favorite card ever. Here's more 84 Fleer Update. Got a 7 and a 9 of Dwight Gooden. Not sure why this got a 7. Maybe, let's see. Let's check out the back. I guess that top to bottom. Boy, they hammered it, didn't they? That top to bottom centering just got destroyed. But love Dwight Gooden. And I got about 4 cards left. Now we're coming up on 40 minutes. Man, if you guys stayed with me, I appreciate it. 83 tops traded Julio Franco. Believe it or not, that is Julio Franco's XRC extended rookie. Julio Franco, who played into what, his 40s, was just a machine. So strong, so great. We used to hold his bat way up high. Wish they would have got him holding his bat like that. Darryl Strawberry. I need to upgrade this. This is 7. I need to get like a better. Let's see why. I don't know. Maybe it's the centering. Strawberry was always one of my favorites, him and Gooden, but I liked Gooden way more than Strawberry, but this is just one of those cards. Of course, his 84 tops was the more common card, but the 83 tops traded, if you had that, you were doing something right when I was a kid. The 82 tops traded Cal Ripken. I like this card. Never a big Ripken guy, but I just figured acquiring kind of the big 80s stuff and doing it affordably at a 9 was something I wanted to do. So I got that. And this one, another card that when you saw a 1980 Rickey Henderson rookie out in the wild, you knew whoever had it was doing something right too. Just really cool, very hard to gem. I think there's, I don't know, less than 30, around 30, surely less than 50 PSA 10s of this card. But this is a really cool, great Rickey Henderson, one of the all-time greats. Super iconic. When everybody else was buying the Griffey 89 Upper Decks, kind of during the boom, or right, that was the first card, that Griffey card, that I was like, damn, what's happening? Like, the market's going nuts. I already had one of those that I had bought for $400, one of those Griffeys. So I was like, ooh, before, like, what other iconic stuff do I need to get before like they just get out of reach, because I mean things were just exploding, and so I went and grabbed this really cheap, and it's tripled since where I got it. Even as it stands now, it's come down a lot. But let's see, 1975 tops George Brett. Like this card because I'm a Royals fan and it's when I was born, 1975. Really cool card. You don't find these centered very often, but and then I just got this not long ago. PSA 5, 1963 tops, Pete Rose rookie. Again, these are the centering is really notoriously bad on these, but I can clearly see, I mean, it's not like it was right up against that black line. There's enough space to see that white border, which made this card super, super affordable, because these get really expensive the better shape they're in. But the coloring's good. There's no creases. The corners look fairly decent. It's just that centering. So, I mean, I know centering is a huge deal. And that's why this got a 5, but I mean, I'll take it. To me, a lot of people will say, as long as it's centered, I'm cool. Let me see the LeBron Topps Chrome. Is it centered? I mean, you get what you get, right? I guess it makes it more rare because it had to be a clean cut sheet, and I can see why centering would be important. But to me, I'd rather, well, I'm not going to say I'd rather have an off center and sharp corners, but at least you know that if you have a card that the only thing wrong with it is centering, then it was well preserved. It was taken care of. I mean, the guy that got that card couldn't do anything about the centering. So I do appreciate a card that's well centered, but I also appreciate a card that has sharp corners and a clean surface and nice edges. So, I mean, whoever had this card took really, really good care of it. I mean, it's the wear on the corners is very minimal. So, like I don't even, I mean, I don't know. It could have been put in a notebook, maybe. Maybe it was. I don't know how this was stored, but it's pretty darn sharp for being a 60-year-old card. Damn, crazy. 60-year-old card. Anyway, we're at 40 minutes, 41 minutes, coming up on 41 minutes. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow for the second half of the case. Later.